Okay, so welcome everyone to the August Mapathon, and today we're going to hear some reflections about state of the map. So firstly from Erick, who was there in person, and myself, Janet Chapman, and me Day, who can introduce himself properly in a moment. And then from Herry, who attended remotely. And then we'll have some questions around that. So Erick, over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Hi everyone, and yeah, nice to meet you, Mida, by the way. Thank you so much for joining. Yep. So let me just share my screen real quick. Yeah, I think, okay. Oh, slideshow. Yeah, so I hope everyone can see my screen.
Yes, thanks.
Yes, Janet?
Yeah.
Thanks. Yes, I'm sorry for the presentation. I just wanted to use pictures and all that. And so, yeah, it was really great to meet different ambassadors from, from different regions. And actually, they've been working on different projects. And so I was really happy to connect with them and share some of our work, and also got some input from them as well. And yeah, the future is really bright, and hope to have more collaborations with them in the near future. So yeah, also we had on 18th, actually, we had our first workshop with the Youthmapper steering community. And so through that workshop, we were introduced to the new tools for mapping, and also had some session on how mentorship can benefit chapters as well, and yeah, so much more. So actually, this is just a brief out on the state of the map. And so hopefully in the near future, we'll have this in-person sessions that fully cover what we really had from the state of the map and FOSS4G. So yeah, on 18th, we had that workshop. And yeah, I was really happy to see Janet and Laya on the first day. And so also Roy from USAID. And yeah, we really discussed a lot of things, including how to bring more engagement, more partners on the OSM community in Tanzania, including the Youthmapper group. So we also have Raya there from State of the Map, from State University in Zanzibar, she's a mentor there. And so yeah, so there were this amazing fact sheet about map to fight female genital mutilation, and it was really nice to hear from Janet from her session in the state of the map. So yeah, it was really great. Yeah, and so this it's like an announcement, but also something to follow up on. So we have on the workshop or on the state of the map, we also had an opportunity to come together with research fellows of 2021. And so research fellows in the year 2021 they hadn't have that opportunity to meet in person. So we through this book, which is going to be released sooner, it's open access. So those research fellows' work will be featured in this book. So stay alerted to the Youthmappers channels, and I think I'll also share the link just in the chat for you to have that access to. I think I'll just find it and share it with you. Sorry, just after this session. So in this book, there are almost 68 co-authors, and as I said, research fellows work is been featured in this book. So you'll have a chance to read, go through and know what other youth mappers or these projects were all about, and you can learn from them as well.
Eric,
so yes,
I believe this book will be available at the end of in December, probably.
Yeah.
I don't think it's available yet, is it? Do you know were there any research projects from Tanzania included?
Actually no, because the featured authors in this book were all research fellows, and so we didn't have research fellows for the year 2021. Hope in the next cohort we'll have people from from Tanzania as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, and so there's also an amazing featuring, an amazing documentary for youth mappers. We had that premiered on the 22nd, and so also this one will be available soon. And in this documentary, there are, we have who we call, let's say, Charles from Sierra Leone. So this documentary is featuring the chapter there and their work on how to use OpenStreetMap to address the challenge of electricity in their local community. So it's really kind of inspiring, as well as we can learn a lot from the work that they have been doing. And so it's like a take into our chapters as well, and our OSM communities, to see which areas can we address and probably learn from the documentary. Yeah. So also we had also on the workshop, we had an amazing tool that is coming up, and it's actually ready, and we'll see a way on how to share this. It's called OSM Teams. So youth mappers are on the OSM Teams, and this is just to bring in the let's say participation of students, like to know, like chapter leaders can interact with steering committee and see how their chapter is growing. So we really didn't have, because we have, let's say, WhatsApp groups and all that, but then OSM Teams, Youth Mappers organization on OSM Teams, is all about how to manage the chapters. And so you can find a chapter listing as well as membership through this, and steering committee can have that information directly from OSM Teams. So whenever there's an opportunity directly, so we just come in the OSM Teams and know, like, okay, this person has been contributing and is in this kind of chapter. So yeah, so the opportunities directly goes to the youth mappers who participate in their local chapters. So
sorry, can I ask about that?
Yeah, sure.
So which chapters in Tanzania have set this up already?
Yeah, actually there are 3 chapters which I tried consulting the organizers. So there's RDP, State University, and SM Kosa Youth Mappers as well. So yeah, for other chapters, I think we'll have arrangement on how to set this up. And yeah,
I think that would be great to have a session on that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, and so another thing, just as I said, I'm just highlighting some crucial opportunities and some announcements. And so we also had a OSM Africa session where, of course, we had discussed a lot of stuff, like we had introductions, we had what can you do for OSM Africa, questions like that. And so this kind of inputs are being summarized, and later on, like, of course, you need to have, let's say, subscribe, let's say, to OpenStreetMap, because one part that youth mappers don't understand is that they're also part of OSM Africa. So please become more engaged with this community, so that opportunities, of course, are in youth mappers as well as in OSM and other organizations that work around OpenStreetMap. So as well, we'll have this shared, I think, in the Mapathon, which is coming next week for Africa, and they'll give us the summary and feedback on how this session went and what are the takeaways from this session. And so, yeah, I think this one, Janet will have a lot to talk about, State of the Map Tanzania. It's really something that we hope to bring more engagement to people in rural areas and other people from areas that haven't been in a conference, for instance. So please stay alerted, stay connected, and be more engaged so that you, once these opportunities are there for you and you get the chance to participate. And so there's also State of the Map Africa, where we now know that it's happening in Cameroon, December next year. So there's a lot of time for you guys to stay engaged, and hopefully we meet there in the year 2023 next year. So I think I tried a lot to highlight, but as I said, hopefully we'll have a good session to talk more in depth on what we really got out from State of the Map and FOSS4G. Thank you so much, Janet.
Thank you, Eric. That was fantastic. Mide, does anybody have any questions for Eric? Okay, while we're thinking of questions, also feel free to put them in the chat. Mide, would you like to say anything about your impressions of State of the Map and FOSS4G?
Yeah, it was a great experience to be there, to meet people, to get more understanding of what OSM could do to the society at large. And it was really impressive. That I think it's really good if people get the chance to attend, and also even if not in person, online, to get to know how OSM in general could really help in addressing sustainable development initiatives, and yeah. So basically, it was interesting for me to be there to meet people and understand how OSM really works. And I think there was more motivation for me to contribute more to OSM after attending the conference, and that was one of the reasons why I just decided to join this meeting, because I am really someone who always wants to support any way I can. And yeah, I'm not a Tanzanian, and I'm not from Tanzania, but I am from Africa, obviously, and I really like to support anything that is related to development and OSM. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, you're very welcome. If people haven't joined the Crowd2Map Slack channel, I put the link in the chat and the link to the State of the Map, where soon all of the talks should be put up. Herry, can you tell us your impressions of attending remotely?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Yeah. So I'm going to share my screen and share with you a little bit of what I learned when I was out online. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. So I didn't be there in person, but I was following up online, and I think I've learned a lot of stuff. I'm still trying to absorb all of the things that I've learned through online, and I hope with time I'll keep on sharing with you guys what I've learned so far, because I'm still learning a lot of stuff. So I'm going to pass some of you with what is the state of map for the people who doesn't really know what's the state of the map. So it is an annual event for all the mappers and OpenStreetMap users. So they always meet annually, And this in this 2022, they met in Florence, Italy for 3 days. I think it didn't happen for 2021 and 2020 because of Corona, I think.
It only
So,
happened, it happened online. That's
yeah,
all.
yeah, but it didn't happen in person. So
No.
so this was a very, very good experience for people to meet after Corona, COVID-19. So I think people who meet there, they had a really good experience and everything, meeting in person, exchanging idea on how to collaborate more and, engage more youth and other people into OpenStreetMap. So for those who couldn't travel and they had the opportunity to join live, and I was the one of them to meet them. So for those who doesn't know, the State of Map Africa is just that event. And what about 4SS4G is a free and open source software for geospatial, which also the conference held in different cities. So you can see the State of the Map Africa happen, and the or SS4G is also happened the same city in the same country. So here in people learn a lot of the open sources for geospatial and the develop vision of the open sources, and people share experience for free geospatial technology in their academic and how they use it in their community to solve the community challenge. So, okay, I'm going to short stories of what I learned from the State of Map. So first, I was so amazed with what Youthmapper from Sierra Leone did, with OpenStreetMap data to solve their community challenge. And also what I learned is like, there is no limitation on using OpenStreetMap data. It's just, when you're in your community, you can ask yourself a lot of questions. How can I use OpenStreetMap data to solve, my community challenge? So the only limitation that you have is the knowledge of how you can use that. But one thing about the OSM community is you can seek out for the help and reach out people and, ask a lot of questions so that they can help you, on how you can use OSM data to address your challenge in the community, because I didn't know a lot of stuff can be using the OpenStreetMap. So after I heard some of the stories and some of the challenge that people are solving by using OSM data, I was so mesmerizing, and I was like, okay, so we still have a lot of we still have a wide room to learn a lot of stuff. And also I learned about the innovation from the State of Map. So I highlight some of the few things that can really help as a Youthmapper and other community when we really want, to use how to create an OpenStreetMap project and solve the challenge in our community. So before starting any OSM project in the community, you have to understand the challenge you want to address. And I think a little bit you have to do some research about the challenge and data available for what challenge you want to address in the community, and also to seek help from the people who has already tried to solve or address that challenge you want to address in the community or in the environment. And you should involve, community. So do not do it alone. Involve people in the community so you can have, you can get the insight from them and understanding of the community and challenge how they face it. Don't just do it alone, and understand the limitation and the things and the tools that you are going to use and the capacity of the people who are involved in it, and try to document it and share your story with the other, OSM community around the globe. So as I told you earlier, I was like mesmerized with the project from Sierra Leone Youthmapper, because they were trying to solve, trying to solve their challenge in their community they want to electrify OSCM, electrifying their community by using OSCM and Mapiroi. I hope you guys have already heard about Mapiroi. Yes, I've been using Mapiroi for quite some time, but I didn't think about like, okay, they can use Mapiroi and Rapid ID to, to solve their community challenge, like electrifying their community. So so I don't think if they recorded it, but I hope they will share it because I think they are also the Youthmapper. So I think with the network with the Youthmapper, we can learn a lot from them because they introduced the project, you know, and how they map the, you know, the power line in Sierra Leone. And they do the demo on capturing Mapillary image by using the Mapillary software, which can have it in a smartphone. I mean, I think in the near future we should have like a session on how we can use the Mapillary on capturing image and recording the, you know, and tracking. You know, it can be also used to track all the location around that you move, and they walk us through on how you can use Rapid ID for adding utility pole and the street lamp. Yeah, getting started with street mapping by using Mapillary. So that was from the state of Map Africa. There was a lot of, I mean, there was a lot of projects that were presented, but the one that really touched me in many different ways, it was, you know, Youthmapper Sierra Leone. And there was this event like FOSS4G. It was like, this was a technical class. It was a lot of stuff, people sharing, you know, how you can use QGIS. It was like a lot of QGIS, a lot of new plugins, you know, a lot of the knowledge. I mean, this was like, okay, you have to be technical. You have to sit down and learn a lot. So I learned a new plugin and a QGIS, how you can create a very beautiful vector lines in QGIS project. And I also learned like, okay, so NASA really used some of the open source tool to learn into the math safely. So there are some of like, okay, I was like, oh my God. So this really, I mean, some of the people use the open source to, you know, to help NASA learning the math safely, which is like, okay, so you guys, when we are doing like, when we're using open source or when you're trying to develop, you know, these things really very helpful in our community in a broader way. So we should not really stop thinking like we're not helping out. I mean, we are doing something that's really amazing to the community. And I think I will share also the link. I didn't start all the link, but I will keep on starting and sharing with people so that people can really get the materials and learn a lot from it. And I also learn spatial network analysis by using R programming. So yeah, that's all. Thank you very much for listening to me. But that's not all I learned, but this is what I can share at the moment. But I hope with time I can keep sharing because I'm still learning. I've learned from State of the Map of Africa and FOSS4G. I mean, I've tried to arrange very, very few things that I can share with you. But yeah, thank you very much. And I'm happy to share with you. Bye.
Thank you, Herry. Any questions for Herry? So I'll share all of the links that people have said and also the slides to everyone who registered for this. Because I think it would be great to follow up on a lot of this. So I would just like to confirm what Herry, well, everyone has said about this community and how welcoming it is. So I spoke to quite a lot of people that would be interested in doing a session for us if we want. So just to go over some of those, I hope you can see my screen. So I spoke to the people at Mapillary that were involved with the Sierra Leone project that was featured in the Youthmapper chapter. They're very keen to do a session with us if we want. And there is also a Facebook group where they share the training session, which I'll put in the chat. Also, if people don't know about weekly OSM, this is a weekly newsletter that shows basically it just talks about projects in the OSM community, which I think is interesting to see. So if you haven't signed up, I would urge you to do so. Also, I was at the Map Roulette. I don't know, has anybody here used Map Roulette previously? Eric, have you used it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I know that currently there's a big project around adding schools. So I mean, this was for the UK, but also that people have been doing this in many other countries. And I know there's a big project at the moment in Tanzania. So I think it could potentially be useful and interesting to set up a project with them. So if there's interest in having some input from Martin, who's the founder of Map Roulette, I think that could be interesting. Another session that I found very interesting was the one about Every Door, which is a new editor, a mobile editor. So I don't know if anyone's had a chance to look at it yet, but it was set up by Ilya, who was very much involved with maps.me, which is now like organic maps. So this is a way that you can edit features. So I think this would, again, he's very interested to do a session for us if we want to. So if those things are of interest, then let me know. Just to come back to State of the Map Tanzania, I think this is before most people's time, but we had a very successful conference in December 2017. We had quite a lot of sponsorship and so on. And what we will be doing in January is having the second one. So we already have sponsorship from HOT and almost certainly from Youthmappers. And also people like Meta, i.e. Facebook, have said that they will sponsor potentially Snapchat. So I think it will be a really interesting conference, and we've started doing the planning for this. The idea is that it would almost certainly be in University of Dar es Salaam in mid-January. And if anyone's interested in getting involved, we have an organizing committee that will start meeting from next week online. So if anyone wants to get involved with helping plan that, then please let me know. That would be really fantastic. So any questions about any of that? Any feedback? What things people are particularly interested in finding out more about, having talk speakers from, etc.?
Okay, I think you quite mentioned a few of them that I think we should have like a plan on how people from Herry pass through, and I also think it would be better in to learn from Youthmapper from Sierra Leone. I think Herry can arrange that through the Youthmapper channel that they have. I think we can hear from them, because I don't think if they recorded their session, I'm afraid to check it, but they said their session wasn't recorded, so I think we could learn a lot from them, from hearing from them. I think also from Macquarie could benefit us a lot.
So, sorry, so yes, I'm sure we can invite the people from Sierra Leone. What was the other one you said?
Macquarie.
Map?
The Macquarie, I think, something like that.
Okay, maybe you can type it in the chat. I'm not sure what.
Yeah, yes. We can hear from them also. Mapping, you said application that closed map from their doors or something like that. So yeah, we can. I think that there are quite a lot of sessions that we are going on, but we couldn't share all of them. But I think when I pass over them again, I think we will share again. We can hear from this and this and this. To just help us to get more knowledge about how people are doing this and this and this. I think that would be quite amazing for Youthmapper and all of us. Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. So I believe that all of the sessions that were in the auditoriums were recorded and they will be posted online very soon. The other thing that I found extremely interesting, and I'll post this on soon, there was a talk by Kristen Tonga from HOT. Eric and Herry and Mide, were you there at that talk about mobile mapping?
Oh no, I wasn't
Yes.
there.
Okay.
Actually, I was in that room, but so I was trying to pass over, his slides so that I can learn more. But I had it, but I just need to, take a time to concentrate on what he has done. So yeah.
Okay. Well, but basically, she's done a lot of work in Tanzania, looking at some of the issues around mobile mapping. So it was incredibly interesting, and she's going to share her data and so on with me very soon. So I will share that. Also, she is coming to Tanzania, I think even next week, very soon. She's based in Tanzania because she works remotely for HOT. And she's very interested in visiting the digital champions in Mara, Herry. So I will connect you with her. I think, she's definitely be worth getting to talk about her, what she's found about the issues around mobile mapping. So I think that would be another interesting thing. Janice asked about the links to organic maps, so I will send those. We have a PDF about organic maps in English and Swahili. I'll send you those, and also we've done quite a lot of training in that. I hope that everyone here is in the training group that Herry runs. If not, I'll put the link to the WhatsApp group. So he's done a lot of training on organic maps, and I don't know if what training have you got lined up in the next week or so, Herry?
I will get a new member, so they are still asking for an organic map and introduction of OSM and everything. So yeah, we will get that an overview for all the people.
So if you're interested in getting started with organic maps, then if you join the WhatsApp group, we'll repost the links and so on there. I think organic maps is pretty straightforward to get started with. But if you have any questions, Herry's a very good source of information. Any other requests for future training, future sessions from anyone? And while people are thinking, maybe Carolina and Tumaini, welcome. If you want to introduce yourself and say where you're from, that would be great. If you're able to unmute. Maybe not. All right, Eric, what are your views?
Caroline actually is from Western Coast, and to my both, I really have interacted with them. Hope maybe they're having troubles with their audio. Yeah. So also wanted to comment on Harry's presentation. He actually had a great idea, like on whatever we're trying to think of, let's say, a project. It's better to start with a problem and end up with disseminating the information, because that's very crucial. So having that shared with the community, like what you did and how you did it. It brings all in, like let's say you're trying to inspire, you're trying to share the techniques as well as grow your ability on how to help the community. So thank you so much, Herry, for that. And yeah, as Janet talked about, like there are a lot of people trying to help. They are ready to help with the sessions in our future Mapathon events like this, so we can bring in Mapirari as well, because I understand that, let's say, for instance, there are ongoing projects, let's say for SMCOSA Youthmappers, and it's good to have Ezekiel as the president here and see that as an opportunity, in that, like, whenever you're doing project, like, the project that you're having, you can bring in new tools, not merely to have it fully implemented, but a way to learn. Like you can try testing that in your activity that you're doing in the field. How does that work? It can be just a session 1 or 2, then you have that experience, and later on you have that ability to address challenges using those tools, like how to use Mapirari to address something in the community. So yeah, as several speakers said, the project from Sierra Leone that is actually also in the documentary of Youthmappers is something that it's very inspiring, and it's something to learn from. So yeah, for me, I would suggest Mapirari, if it's really possible to have that arrangement, Janet, for the next session, and probably help coordinate this, because there's another challenge, like bringing in our members from chapters. I think SMCOSA Youthmappers, just because I have direct contact to them. So actually, it's really a challenge. We'll also discuss, like, how can we bring more engagement for online participation. And yeah, Herry also said there's another way we can think about. So I'm really ready to hear from that and work on that together with Herry and other chapter leaders to bring about more participation for Youthmappers groups in Tanzania as well. So with that input, Janet, thank you so much.
Thank you. And does anybody want to add anything to that? Okay, well,
sorry.
Yeah, go on.
I hope Eric brought some gift from Italy.
Oh yeah, sure. A lot of takeaways actually. There are a lot of amazing let's say swag packs and all that. Yeah, they are here for people who are really and Harry, I have your gift, a big one. So hopefully as well, I really talk to Janet and see a way, like because I also plan for after this after coming back from Italy, to visit more local chapters. So hopefully I heard Janet talking about a visit arrangement with sorry, Janet, just
Kristen.
yeah, Kristen, yeah, sure. And so possibly I really hope to be there, Harry, and yes, very soon, possibly just to have to discuss on that, maybe around November, October. That's really fine for me. And yeah, thank you so much for reminding me about the present, because yeah, I think that's something interesting. There are a lot of present actually for group or Youthmappers groups and OSM community in Tanzania. Thank you so much, Harry.
You're welcome.
I picked up some stickers, but by the time I got to the thing, all of the t-shirts had gone. I don't know if you took any, Eric.
Yeah, I have not many, as I said. It's really hard to correct a lot of them, but yeah, 2 or 3 Mapirari t-shirts. Youthmappers stickers, as well as pen, and we have a lot actually too. Mouse pads and all that. I think it will be amazing to share them with you guys.
Yeah, that's very good. That's the benefit of you going there. You know? Yeah, so yeah, that's all.
Fantastic. Any other comments about that? And Mayaya, did you want to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone. This is Mayaya Mark, an executive director of sustainable beekeeping and human development. It is an organization working with rural community in rural area to impart them with skills and knowledge of sustainable beekeeping, practical permaculture, eco-entrepreneurship, natural resource conservation and management. And also we do promote inclusive quality education, best healthcare and WASH program. And finally, capacity building for the community to impart them with a tool to break the cycle of poverty. That is a little bit about, and also I'm a program coordinator and a partner liaison at the New WASH Foundation. And also, yeah, they are all located in Tabora, and also I'm a country coordinator of Catalyst 2030 in Tanzania. Yeah, thank you very much, Janet, and all the members in this meeting.
Thank you, very welcome. I mean, I didn't catch all of the links, so perhaps you can put some links in the chat to the organizations that you mentioned, if possible.
Oh, let me try, because I'm just using a very small phone. Okay,
well, never mind. Maybe we can connect by email.
Maybe you can send me your email so that I can
yeah,
share with you.
I'll put my email in the chat if anyone doesn't have it, and it would be great to collaborate with you in Tabora because we're just opening a new school there.
That's great. That's great.
Okay. Well, if people, so I can certainly contact Mapillary, but I would think the best next step for if people are interested in that project is to join their Facebook group and watch the training that they did at State of the Map, which I've put the link in the chat. So that's a recording of all of the training that they did, which is around the Sierra Leone project. So that I think that would be a good starting point. And then if people have questions related to that, then we could ask Sierra Leone youth mappers and/or the people at Mapillary, who are pretty helpful. Also, there's a couple of announcements I wanted to make. So Erick's talked about State of the Map Tanzania, and it would be fantastic if everybody can be involved with that so we can actually meet in person. What it will be is 3 days of talks and also workshops. So really similar to State of the Map, but obviously in Tanzania. And the idea will be to get as many people as possible to Dar es Salaam, but also to have it as a hybrid conference so that if people aren't able to travel, then they can also attend online. And as I said, if anyone's interested in getting involved in the planning for that, please let me know and I'll join you to the organizing committee. The other things that are coming up, I posted, I think, yesterday or a couple of days ago, Humanitarian OpenStreetMap have got another call for interns, their intern program. I know, Herry, I think you did this before, or I don't know if anyone else here has done that program before.
I've done it. I think I would recommend people to try it out, and if they're selected, I think it's something very, very good. You will learn a lot of stuff, you know, about OSM and the techniques. So yeah, take your shot and try to apply it so you can learn a lot of stuff about OSM. Yeah.
Thank you, Herry. And also, Crowd2Map will be having another internship program, which will be collaborating with the HOT one. So the applications for that will be via Youthmappers, and probably I think it will be the part of the Everywhere She Maps campaign, i.e. it will be particularly targeted at female mappers who are very still underrepresented in our community. So Courtney from Youthmappers is going to be organising the application process for that shortly. So I will publicise it once that's up. And what we did last time is Herry was the mentor and did an amazing job, and also the interns also participated in the hot data intern program. So I'm hoping that will be the same this time. So there'll be more information about that previously. And in terms of the hot data intern program, if people aren't successful in or aren't able to participate in that, I believe all the training sessions will be recorded and openly available afterwards anyway. So I definitely think that's worth keeping an eye on, and I will try and look at the training schedule from last year and all the links from that. I think Herry, probably you've got it as well. Okay, so I see that some new people have just joined. Kelvin, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, guys. Fine. I'm Kevin.
Where are you from?
Tanzania, Dar es Salaam.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Are you with a Youthmapper group?
Yes.
Which one?
We have. I'm chief operator of Darasatec. We have clubs known as Youthmappers, and Darasatec. We're training people how to participate in GIS knowledge. So I found the link. I just decided to participate and see how we can collaborate together.
Great. Well, you're very welcome. And then Ngongingo Sanabe. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong. Do you want to introduce yourself, Sanare? Oh, I think he dropped off. Okay, right, so does anybody have anything else to add, or shall we finish there? And I will share all the links and the recording. Okay, well, if there's nothing else, then I will stop recording and see you all in a month. Thank you. We'll if there's any, Herry and Eric, if you can send me your slides, then I can include them. And if anyone has any other links, then please send them to me and I'll add them. Thank you.